It's been a very good experience. We've had kind of the ability to take everything to the next level. We don't have to worry about textbooks. We don't have to worry about limitations on what the kids can find in those textbooks. If a kid doesn't know an answer, they can go online and research what they want to know. As far as the actual laptops in class, it's been great. The kids, for the most part, have been able to stay organized and create folders so that all of their information's right there for them to access.
So far it's been positive. It has been a lot of more work behind the scenes, but overall I would say it's a positive experience for me and the kids.
The one-to-one initiative has been great in both the phys ed and health. We use a Moodle program. Everything is online, lets the kids be interactive 24/7. We can do it from the gym, from the classroom, from the hallway. It doesn't matter. With the wireless technology and the programs that are available to us, it has been a godsend.
It's given me the ability to work with kids on a more one-to-one basis. If we're working on an assignment and it's a project-related assignment, the kids can get started, they can start working on their own, and then I can spend a little more time with each kid, figuring out what details they're going to put into it and what, little changes they can make here and there. So it's given me a lot more freedom to have the ability to talk to more kids.
Well, for one, we're not making copies, so that's nice. And one of the big benefit for us, and especially in writing research papers, that we don't have to sign out of the lab, so we're not wasting our time meeting in our class, going up to the computer lab, coming out. It can just be get out your computer, start researching.
It's allowed us to get much more in-depth in our curriculum. We're able to do a lot more interactive activities with the kids. We're able to go into more research. It's a lot easier, more available to us, the click of a mouse. The benefit is the kids they're re-energized. They love it. They have their own device. They feel special. They got this from us. And a lot of them are doing much better work in class. They're focused in. They do what you want when you want them because it's right there in front of them. They don't have to go digging.
Really, any of the projects, it used to be going to the computer lab and one kid would sit in front of the computer working on, let's say, a PowerPoint, and the other two kids were behind them, staring on both sides, and oh, we need to put this in. Now we have the ability so all three kids can work on the project at the exact same time. A kid can, during the weekend, a kid cannot even be with somebody else, and they can be working on it together.
I would say research projects, PowerPoints, to have that constantly at their fingertips, so that way I don't have to keep bringing it up. They can bring their own computer up to the front, plug it in, do their PowerPoints in it. They don't really need me to do it. It kind of is on their own.
A lot of the interactive stuff we do, especially with our body systems and health, with the use of Active Inspire and the internet, YouTube, things like that, kids are able to get on and perform things that we used to have to do out of a book and on paper. Right there, each person has their own tool to play with. They can make their own diagram. They can share it with each other through our Google Docs program. Our new state standards with phys ed, our kids are able to complete the video projects. We're able to film them, share their own video with them, and they're able to do it right there from their desk without ever having to leave.
Like I've already said, I wouldn't be able to do the one-to-one as much as I am right now. They don't have access through just our textbooks. They don't have access to all those outside resources. When we have our textbooks, they're limited to what's on those pages, unfortunately, and having the computers, we're able to get away from that. So if we took those away, we would be doing them a disservice.
We just wouldn't have just their information at their fingertips. If there's something we're discussing and we had a question about it, or a kid has a question, we can always say, oh, look it up, research it, Google it. You have that information right there. Or a word we don't understand, we can always look up that information.
Okay, now I think that would set us back. We'd be back to pencil, paper, with the books. You know, our books are outdated. It costs so much to update the books. The phys ed point of view, everything goes back now to observation. It goes back to taking a test on the gym floor, whereas we can share stuff with each other. We can do it from the Moodle program.
On a daily basis, I probably use 6 different applications. My math book and science book are both online, so we've done away with textbooks. If we need to look at the textbook, we go online to view that. Through the use of Google, through math, I use Google spreadsheets at least once a week to where they're creating massive amounts of data and then using the program to be able to do different things with it, different functions, and through that. Through the use of Moodle, my whole course is now online. Notes, homework, even to turn things into me, it's all digital. We have that capability. I mean, we're working on weather now, and there's an infinite amount of weather apps out there, but a student found on their own a WeatherBug application that we now use to track weather data, so we're going to be using that. I've had another student tell me, I had opened it up to the class, guys, I need to find something for physics and kinetic and potential energy, and a student found through the Chrome store an app that is a roller coaster creator. So now we're going to be able to not only create our own roller coaster and have fun doing that, but we're going to be able to look at that and capture video and images and really dissect what's going on with that, where we can point out kinetic energy on the roller coaster, where we can do potential energy. So the kids are finding me something, weekly that we can check out.
We really take advantage. We have our social studies book online, so that's been really nice. So that way they can't say they forgot their book or they didn't know something, because it's always right there. We use Google Docs like crazy. That's something that I don't know that I could not have, because the turning in your paper, there's no more excuses of it didn't save, I don't know where it's at. They share it with me, I still have it, and they can collaborate with someone at the same time working on the presentation, so one person's not sitting there doing nothing while the other person is doing all the work. One of the projects we had to do was a collage, and he did I think it's Muzi, M-U-Z-I, I think, and he did a really neat collage that way, and it was all online, and he created the pictures. It's amazing some of the things that they're able to figure out and tell me about that they've searched on their own.
Through college, a lot of college classes towards the end of my college career was done online, whether it was an online discussion or even to take a test online. That was all at the college level. Having the ability to do that before you get to college, to take tests online, to join in discussions, to be able to collaborate outside of the classroom is really going to pay off. It's a priceless thing, having that ability to know how to do that before you show up.
Oh, definitely. I think having that technology experience, being able to type their stuff, being able to know how to research the internet, and just having the technology at their hands is really going to help them succeed in high school and even on to college when they really implement those.
Of course, college, universities are shifting to this online format. I completed my master's a couple years ago, and so 70% of the classes I took were in an online format. We use Blackboard, which is a very similar program to Moodle. I think our kids, especially starting out in the junior high and then continuing through high school, they are going to be far ahead of other kids who are not exposed to this technology.
Through my Moodle page, parents have the ability to see every single day what we're working on. Parents have the ability to check out the notes, to check out the homework, to have access to our textbooks. They also have the ability to click on a homework link so that they can see exactly what it is that their students should be doing every single night. Through the use of just email, Mrs. Kennedy and I have taken it to emailing parents every single night. So they're getting it from two sides. They're getting it straight from us, but then they also have the ability to check in on the actual work.
The parents can go on and see the homework, see the grades that they're automatically having because they have that, and they can see the worksheets that are already online or the rubrics that I posted. That way the kid can't say, well, I don't know where it is, I lost it, she didn't give it to me, but the parents can say, well, yeah, it is, it's right there, and they have that 100% backup.
The parents, they can get on just as easy as the kids. They know the kids have their device, the kids bring their device home. The teacher is able to share stuff online with the parent and for the student to see. Any questions, email, they can send me a message on Moodle. No more writing letters, playing phone tag. We are accessible 24/7.
This process it's been a different experience. You know, when we first started saying we're going to do this one-to-one experience, it was all right, and then you get into it, and then you're like, well, we need to make some changes, and we have made changes, and we're probably going to continue to make changes to make this program better. It has been rewarding. We can see it in the students. They are enjoying it a little bit more. They have a little bit more freedom. As teachers, we have the ability to expand what we're working on. We have the ability to find just new opportunities for these kids to experience. And without this whole technology piece, anymore it just wouldn't seem right. We would be cheating them out of something.
I think it's going really well. There's always those thinkers who can find their way around different ways to do things, but that just shows that they're technology advanced and they just need to use their resources positively instead of in the negative way. But I think overall it's been a good thing. It's been a change for me to put things online and to remember that I can't just go run a copy of a test. They have to put that stuff in, but it's been really nice because it grades it for us if we put it into Moodle. So that saved a lot of time, and it gives them an instant feedback from their test. They can see right away what the wrong answer was, and they don't have to, what the right answer was, and they don't have to wonder what it was, and they can have that for later on for tests and exams.
Initiative has definitely improved the way that our students look at our curriculum here. They're excited about the new things that we're doing. They are eager to come and learn, and anytime you give them anything technology related, they jump at the chance to get on them.
I like it a lot better. I'm getting better grades in all of my tests.
Since everything's online, you have capabilities that you didn't have before with books. You can go to anything that you need right at your fingertips instead of you have to go to a laptop, go to a lab and use stuff there. You can just use it in your classroom.
You can keep track of my schoolwork easier.
It makes me want to do better in school.
I get to interact with my teachers more, and I feel like I'm not sitting in class all day being bored with myself.
It's definitely changed because now instead of using like the paper and pencil now it's actually changing where we're actually opening up, instead of getting on a piece of paper, we're actually getting our laptops, and it's become more easier, so I'm actually a better typer than a writer, so it's been easier for me and a lot more other kids, and you can do so much more with it than writing because you can add like graphs on it, and you can add things that you wouldn't be able to add on this. Like on the internet, you just look something up right then, but when you don't have this, it's almost like you're just going off what you know when you can learn so much more on this.
Oh, it's made it a lot different. I like it a lot better. Just having like open books, it makes everything a lot easier.
I think it's made it a lot easier, so you don't have to take textbooks to class every single day, and you don't have to sacrifice maybe being late to school, or late to classes because you have it all on your laptop.
And I'm going to start off with English. In English, we have our daily language, and we have a program called Active Inspire where we get to draw on it and make the corrections. And then we open up an open office document and do our spelling words. And then we take notes over English, like on sentences. We use it for all of our tests. And we have this thing where when you have your answer, you can submit it and it'll tell you what you got on it before you submit your whole test.
Usually we use it for notes, textbook, to get into our textbook, homework.
We log on to our textbooks. We have online textbooks, and we pull up our book right on our computer, and we take notes from there.
The teacher pretty much says, open up your laptop, and we log on to the Vanlue website, and then we go to the teacher's website page, and they have a whole bunch of links and papers that we have to get on, and we pretty much just do everything like that.
That's what we do for social studies. We'd go online and we'd look up we look up the book, the online book, and we actually go into the book, and it's actually the same book that we used to use on the paper documents we actually used to read. And now they actually put it on our laptops, and we can actually go through and look at the book on the computer, and we can, our teacher puts on notes on the website, so that way we have our own organized notes, and we can save into a file that helps us keep more organized, so this way we don't have all these papers stuffed in our binders.
Well, we use it a lot in math class. When we get in class, we'll open our math book, and we will open our homework from the previous night, which is usually through an Adobe Flash Player, and then we'll check through our homework on the document, and then after that we'll go over our book and we will take notes.
Well, we normally get, in science and math, we get on our online books, and then we pull up our homework that we had the night before on our laptops, and then we just go over it in class.
I've done PowerPoints and research papers.
We take our states test online, which is we can pull up a picture of our map, and then we can pull up a separate document and use that. We can go back and forth with it and take our tests like that. We've done PowerPoints we all had famous people in history, and we made PowerPoints and presented them to the class like that.
In science, we did a planet project. We were assigned partners, and we just sat together and worked on our project on Google Docs. In science, we had to test how fast we walked 25 feet, and we all got on Google Docs, and Mr. Jacobs showed us what to put into the cells.
I've done a lot of stories and research projects. We're actually working on one currently. And we do some PowerPoints, that kind of stuff.
Yes, so much easier. You can just use your book bag and throw everything in your book bag. You don't even have to go to your locker.
It's very nice.
More?
Yes, this is much more.
Yeah, because this definitely weighs a heck of a lot less than those big 4-inch books that just take up a whole bunch of space.
Yeah, definitely, because you already know how to use most of the programs like spreadsheets that they use in college. You take college classes for, so it'll definitely help.
Yes, because it'll be like a normal thing.
I think it will help because then you'll know how most of the programs work and it won't be as difficult to understand.
Yes, I do because then you'll know how to work everything and how to submit stuff over on Moodle and stuff if they work using Moodle.
I've gotten better. If it's running slow, I usually run a security check, and there's some cookies that I have to delete.
Yes, I'm a lot better of a typer. Before I could not type at all. I was really slow at it.
I've definitely gotten better. We only have one computer at home, so having two of them definitely makes it better.
laptop?
I would say that I've gotten better. I've gotten faster at typing, and I understand the cyber world a little bit more.
Okay.
It will definitely help because you already know what you're doing. Because when you're in college, you're probably kids in college now are probably just finding out this stuff when we already are learning in junior high.
Yeah, because before sometimes you weren't able to get projects done with the few computers they did have in study halls or in the classrooms, and now you don't have an excuse not to get your stuff done.
It's a lot better than having a textbook because textbooks are boring. They're awesome. It was a great Christmas present for all of us.
Yeah, it's nice because you can just get on Progress Book and look up all your grades right there. You don't have to ask teachers or wait till the grade they put their grades in.
I just think they're a lot easier than like writing stuff out because you can type a lot faster than you can write. Like when we're taking notes, it's a lot faster. It's a lot faster. Mr. Writer is a genius.
I like it.